All right, talked a bit more about the whole pick slanting thing again. So, just a quick refresher. When you say a downward pick slant, we're talking about the butt of the pick pointing down. And then an upper pick slant, the butt of the pick points up. Now, when you do a downward slant, so when you and you push through the string, that puts you against the next string, and the upstroke basically is having you come out and away from the guitar. This is quite the exaggerated stroke. But when you flip it and you're doing the upward slant, the upstroke puts you towards the body of the guitar, the downstroke moves you away. So if I was doing it here, the upstroke would put me into the E string, downstroke puts me away from the guitar. So let's do it like that. And then back to the downward. So up and away. And then the upward stroke is down and away. Okay. So for the first exercise, having the palm mute will kind of set you up for success to not having to really mute the E string as you're transferring to the A string. I still do it because when I'm going my fastest, I will still smack into the string. So just when we talk about the whole swiping thing, especially for the second exercise, make sure you're muting well with the left hand, even though you're going to be in a downward slant for the first exercise. Because, at least for me, the faster I go, the more I need to mute with the left hand, because I'm not trying to miss strings at the fastest speeds. I'm just plowing through them and doing my best to keep them quiet with the left hand. So here it is at 60. I'm going to do that again because I played it wrong. Alright, and double time. Now when I'm doing a palm mute, like a downward slant type stuff, I am anchoring with my pinky on the body of the guitar like that. If I do the upward slant, I'm not doing it, but if I'm doing like a lot of palm mute stuff, or if I'm doing arpeggio stuff, things like that, I will have my pinky anchored on the body of the guitar. For those that say it's a bad habit to do, I say look at Michelangelo Badio. That dude anchors with 3 fingers and plays like that. My first guitar teacher told me to stop doing that because I used to anchor. You got pros and cons to using it. We'll get into that later. But yeah, so if you might want to try that, like when you're doing this, because I noticed like you tend to have your hand kind of clenched in a fist. That would bother me. I can't. Well, I could play like that. I don't like it though, especially if like going into a palm mute. I feel like my fingers kind of get in the way. Like doing this, I feel a bit better. I feel more in control. When I'm doing the really fast stuff, I know some people like they have to clench their fist in order to make it happen. I don't have to do that. Yeah, I mean, try that. Maybe experiment a little bit, having your fingers sticking out instead of being in a fist. When you get into things like that. God, it's so weird hearing the acoustic of the string at the same time. But things like this, you know, you need to have your finger ready to come out anyway, instead of being in a fist, like sweeping into a fist and then sticking the finger out. Could slow you down. Anyway, food for thought. Think it over. And then, I don't know if I can do this at 240. No, I mean, I might. I'm not going to try it. Let's do 180. So there I was definitely having to do the swiping thing to hit the A string. I was muting the E string and just blasting through it. Let's see if I can do it at 200. Just for example. Ooh, that's a mess. So, lots of swiping on that. Okay, on to number 2. So this one you'll be doing the upward slant. You'll have your hand, or the heel of your hand, anchored to the body of the guitar, so you can pick your absolute fastest. So here we are at 60. Have volume again. Use the thumb at first, best you can. Alright, double time. Let's do 180. So that speed I'm definitely having to use the swiping or muting method. Swipe through the strings and mute them with the left hand. And let's do 200. I think you could hear the, at least I could hear the acoustics of the strings louder. I was definitely picking harder to make that work. Yeah, let's do 220. Maybe 240. Okay. That's good enough for that. And the last one. So all palm muted. So you might find that your right arm will get tired but faster doing this. Mine does, doing nothing but palm mute. But here it is at 60. Again, start with the thumb. Use that best you can. Just lost my place. Whoops. I shouldn't talk and play at the same time. Take 2. So I have another reason why I like to have my hand or my fingers extended. So here they're muting all 6 strings. And I notice that with certain things that I'll play, if I don't have my hand resting on all 6 strings, I'll still get some excess string sympathy noise that I don't want. So if I hear that, it's a good reminder for me to get my hand across all 6 strings. Alright, 120. Let's do 160. Kind of missed a note there. 80. Thumb's really out of the equation at that point. Definitely much more arm moving the wrist. And just in case you ever hear someone talk about using doing wrist rotation versus forearm rotation, well, you can't rotate your wrist without your forearm rotating. I've had a few people ask that, like, are you doing wrist rotation or forearm rotation on certain things? Like, the same thing. You can't rotate one without the other. Let's try 200. It's definitely getting tough at that point. I don't know if I could do it any faster, or at least well, maintaining that downward slant. Whew! It's definitely pushing it there. It feels like I would have to change the slant direction. That just doesn't sound good. Alright, anyway. So, doable, but that's tough. Okay, I think that covers everything we talked about today. Well, yeah, send questions if you have any. I'll see you next week.